Parents needed somebody to help them with these kids, and the police quite often were the only people to turn to. In the beginning, it was more about consequences. Then I went to a religious retreat up at the Sierra Madre Retreat House, run by a Passionist priest. And the priest that ran it was a good friend. Well, he became a good friend, Father Steve. And then Father Steve and I developed a relationship, and he said one day, he asked me, "Hey, how's that kid program at the police station working out?" And I said, "Oh, Father Steve, is great. We're getting a pound of flesh out of these kids. They play, they pay." And he gives me that look like, when he does one of these and looks up, he goes, "Really?" Not satisfied with the answer. He says, "You got to reach out and start touching their souls, start saving their souls." I said, "Well, I'm all for doing what I can, but, you're the priest. You're the soul saver, not me. I mean, I'm all for helping, but it's up to you." And he said, "No, my friend, it's up to all of us." So we started taking more of a mentoring approach, and the changes were profound. Many of these kids came from broken, dysfunctional families. As I said earlier, the theater of operations police work in is because of the breakdown of the family and the breakdown of the culture, a breakdown of a strong moral and value system in our country. Fathers discipline, and hopefully they discipline with love, and they discipline because of love, because they don't want to see their children end up going down the wrong path. So in many cases, I and some of the officers and some of the volunteers that work with us became father figures to these kids. It happened with Oscar. It happened with a young man named Carlos, who eventually, he had done some time for 2 years for armed robbery. He became like the son I never had. So thanks to the good Father Steve, again, my epiphany, if you will, led to the epiphany of many of these young people.